give to you.
Ooh. Hey fam.
Oh, you finished?
Okay.
Hey everybody.
It is Eugene and Andrea, Coach Green Jean and Dr. Dula with another Power Couple Quickie.
Okay.
I am the builder, she is the educator, and we're here to
help you navigate
life's most important goals.
Your relationship. See what happens
So, but you're talking
fancy?
about a production. We
Just
in the
say,
moment.
okay. You
Hey,
just
so
say
check it out. Just to let you guys know, if we had a song for the day, you know how
we don't have a song.
songs. Yeah, I got a song for the day. You know how
God.
songs like this really like come into your mind and you can't
They
get
call
rid
them
of them.
earworms, but you don't
Earworms.
have one. Don't do it,
My
baby.
earworm. I'm not gonna sing it.
No, do it.
Oh,
I'm just
you
gonna
want-
stand over here and let you do it by yourself.
Okay.
But do the whole thing.
Al Jarreau.
Right.
All that I have.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Get
you
it.
got
I'm over
all
here.
that I have, I give to you.
Right. Get it.
Take a look in the
Give it to
sun.
him.
Some.
Give it to him.
Give me.
Yes.
Give me some of your
Uh-huh.
time. Yeah.
Yeah. You finished?
I'm finished.
Can we?
Man, that song. Take a listen.
For whatever
Al Jarreau.
reason.
Give me.
No. We did it on video,
did?
so you can go back and look at it.
All that I have,
I know.
I give.
You got a topic.
Hey.
What is
So
it?
the topic is
Yes.
how to stay on track. We need to stay on track.
Okay.
How to stay,
Sir,
not even
you
stay
are
on
preaching.
track, but how to stay on the tracks.
Okay, hit it.
Hit it. And so, man, we're so excited. Happy to have you guys in. So we're talking about how to stay on the tracks. And I like the way Dr. Dula put it, is we're going to be staying on the tracks because we're going to be doing this thing brick by brick. So
Okay, so
you
what
guys
you
know,
sir?
we always talk about building legacy, right?
Yeah.
And staying on track. In order to stay on the tracks, we need to do this thing brick by brick. And so the thing that comes to me when I think about brick by brick is I think about from the inside out. Right?
I got a question.
Sure.
What does it mean to be off the track?
You really want to go in that direction?
No. If you're saying staying on the tracks, then what does it mean to be off the track?
Man, staying off the being off the track or derailed. I'd like to hear what some of you guys might think, so go ahead and write it in. But I think that staying off the track is like me and you
Or falling off the track.
falling off the tracks and
What we do like at least
yeah, like
3-4 times
a day. But it's when you just kind of like just missing each other, right? You're not. It's more than not even communicating, right? Because when you not communicating, it's like you're off the track onto another track,
Right.
And so falling off the track is just like missing each other.
Like
So-
the bike when you got a chain. Remember the chain bike?
Wait a minute, how many of you guys had a bike when you used to ride
You ride the bike.
and the chain slipped?
And the train slip, and you just be like this. It's really not effective. It's
And
kind
you
of
know
like
what's
the same
and
thing.
I don't know the age group that we're talking to right now, but if you used to be at the age where you had the pedals and it had the spikes on the end, and then the chain slipped and the bike and it went around and then clicked and hit your shin real hard. That's not on. You're
That's
not on
not
the track.
being on the track.
That's not on the track. So
Oh my
we.
gosh. And it's painful, but I think it's a great example because it's painful. It can be painful to be off. We could just say be off track. How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, to be off track can be a painful thing because
That's right.
you feel it. You do feel it, like you riding a bike going, and it's like it's just this jerking and it's this whole thing, and it's not really a thing of where it's not connected. It's not smooth. It's not it's like all these
Talk
things.
about
It's more effort because your legs are moving on a bicycle, but it's like you ever tried? Have you really tried to ride it?
That ain't happening.
It's not really happening. It's just a bunch going on.
Who's that saying hey?
Look
Angela.
at go. Hey, beautiful. That's a South African.
Hey, family. How y'all guys doing? So staying on track, when you think about in a topic as it deals with relationships, we want to think about how the relationship was designed intentionally. And for us, when we're talking about building brick by brick, building a legacy, I see the feminine and masculine energies working together, right, within their own dynamics to bring something together that could not be built otherwise alone. I know it was a lot, but it was fresh. I like that. And, you know, it's tough to stay on track. You have to consciously actually focus on things that help you stay in there. And when I say brick by brick again, there are some things that we need to work out individually within ourselves. See, because when we come outside of ourselves and we focus on the other person or other things that we can't control. Yeah, I do it all the time. But
can I tell
my
you?
track
Can
is
I tell
like,
you?
my track is
I
like,
can't tell on you because you're telling me.
No, go ahead, tell me.
No, I'm not gonna tell
Nah,
you.
come on, tell on me. And then if you tell me,
no, I'm not, because you're
I'm
gonna
gonna
say
sing
something
again.
I don't.
I'm gonna sing again.
You know what I mean? You know
I'm
what
gonna
I'm
sing.
telling you.
I'm gonna sing All That I Have by Al Jarreau.
Don't do it again, baby.
Okay.
They can rewind back the video. I only say that because he did it most recently. Like he does different things, but we both do. I'm not gonna tell you. Our deal is that we tell our own stuff. So I'm gonna stick to that. I just remember you because you did it yesterday.
What did I do? Tell me.
I don't remember.
Remind me.
I'm blocking it out.
No,
This is what I'm gonna say. This is what I would say. Often we know when we're off track. You know, we try to make it like it's a deep thing, like we don't know, but we know when we're not in sync. We know when we're not in sync with a friend. We know when we're not clicking with somebody else. We definitely know with our romantic partners or even our children, people that we've had a closeness to, we can tell when there's something that has shifted and changed. And the challenge and the reason why it's important to stay on track is because when we don't do that and we continue to go off and then we go off a little bit more, it gets harder to come back. It's harder to get on track.
Not only does it get harder to get back on track, if you get in the habit, let's say, get in the habit of riding off track, then we become unfortunately familiar with it, and it becomes
feels natural.
A natural thing when we're trying to walking down the street or riding the bike and the bike keep hitting us in the shin, and the bike and the actual experience wasn't designed to hurt yourself or hurt one another. And so this is just I love this topic because just for the things that the point you brought out is the actual sense of understanding when that chain slipped or when you fell off track.
When you felt it, because you know it.
Let me give you a good example. Like when we fall off track, I know when we fall off track. A lot of times it's because I caused it. I knew the chain was gonna slip and I kept it going. But one thing that I do enjoy is the fact that I will stop the ship. And my self-defeating speaking and anything else that I know that's added to the conversation and come to a halt, and actually try to sink in and actually listen and say, okay, I said that wrong, or I've done that wrong, or I apologize. And, I'll take the heat with it. And I will also say, okay, well, what is it that I could do or say, or how can we adjust this to make it so that the conversation or the experience, because a lot of times when we come in at our partners or we have things to say, sometimes we don't know. We might be hitting a nerve or something that we might just be learning about because, we grow and we blossom and there are things that still need to be uprooted or dealt with. So, if we're not acknowledging those things and being sensitive and willing to say, okay, then if we keep driving along and riding off track, then we can actually make things worse, matters
we can
worse.
make
It's
that
like
normal, and it's just not.
Yeah, it's not cool. Like if you get a cough and you still coughing, that's why you need to go to the, see a physician or herbalist or a naturopath.
Or at least address it. Sometimes we're not addressing it.
Yeah.
I think a simple... Ooh.
No, I have to say that because it's
gosh.
Like, we speak with couples and we speak with individuals that actually live with those costs, lives, and like I said, we were there too, and so we know we're talking from experience where you ride the bike the way it was not naturally designed to get used to it, and now you're not using the pedals, you're actually using your feet. You're rolling with it like, hey, this works, and you're not happy, your partner's not happy, and then unfortunately, if the kids are involved, they're not happy, and then they're learning habits that not necessarily works best for the legacy or the patterns or the things that you're trying to set for the next generation. So
often, the thing that I would just say, because we're saying all the different symptoms, but I would say to you, when you feel something, when you're offended, when you feel a thing. And sometimes, because I hear this all the time, I just don't want no trouble. I just don't want to cause trouble. Now, if you're in a relationship that you don't feel safe in, and that if causing trouble means something dangerous for you, then you do need to consider not just that moment, but other moments as well. But if you're in a relationship where it's just a matter of, I don't want to say nothing, I'm just talking and I'm just whatever, just realize what that's doing. Pay attention, like zone into what's actually happening, and not just within you, but within the other person. One thing that you can practically do is literally, when you find that, and this is just a note, like some people say, I never feel like that about my person. But if you find yourself and you're at a place where, it's easy just to talk negative first in your brain about them. Mm. It's easy to say negative things in your brain about them. This person that you said you're building with, this person that you wanted to be the mother, father of your children, this person, whatever, but it's easy to think negative. It's easy to think that their value is nothing. Check that. I mean, just literally, you made a decision to be with them, but you're basically saying that the person I choose to be with has no worth. If that's the case, check that. And then when it goes from your mind and you begin to speak it out and speak manifesting words that are creating things in the atmosphere and that are manifesting things in the universe, you really need to think about it. I'm not saying that we're walking around and people are perfect people, but it should matter to you that if you understand the power of your words, that you've gone from just thinking something, being angry in a moment, to speaking, he ain't whatever anyway. She ain't never been a so-and-so. You, sir and ma'am, are manifesting. And you should not expect to see anything else come forth from them that other than what you're speaking. And I know you want to say something. Go ahead.
You saw me raise my hand. I was being all polite. And
I know it's so different.
Ooh.
You heard what I said? That's that.
You got it.
I got you.
Mm-hmm. No, but that was such, an amazing point. So the thing that I thought about was that, when we get into those places of, okay, the thought came, right? And the negative inspirations, and then they come out, the words, or they come out in action. When I was thinking about this staying on a track, the thought came to me is, okay, what got me to that point? How did I end up, with those negative things? And I guess what entered my heart was we generally get to a place where we're working from empty tanks. Yeah. We're working from a depleted tank. And sometimes when you're working from a depleted tank, then you begin to lose focus, and then when we lose focus, our perspectives need to be readjusted, and we're working from not our fullest, then we begin to say and do things. And so that's where that whole thing I was sharing or thinking about, the whole brick by brick, is let's consider and think about things that we can do to help nourish our persons as individuals, so that we can be in a place to be able to influence and work a relationship that will be productive. Because we're going to make mistakes. But when you're coming from a full tank of identification, self-identification, of being in peace, and working from a full tank, then you're you're better nourished to be able to handle constructive conflicts, to work through that. But being empty and not having opportunities to work on self and become depleted and then depleted and then depleted. So I'd like to also hear in the comment section below if you guys want to take time to write out some things that you can do to keep yourself nourished. What was the word? Keep your vibration high. Those kind of things to help you not to get off track. So like for me, actually for both of us, me and the wife, we got into Reiki, right? And it's like so cool to understand, different energies and how to breathe and raise your vibration and heal ourselves. So whether we were doing it, apart or together, we're doing it as individuals because it's actually really helping me in so many different areas. Not only that, it's several other things that we do on our own and do together, but we feel that with adding those things in our life, we're filling ourselves up so that we can deal with the contentions and the things that happen in life, whether we're ready or not ready, so that we're not easily frayed off track. So that's like putting the oil on the chain. If you know the chain is slipping and it keeps the pedal keeps hitting your shins, what kind of preactive measures are we taking in order to for that chain not to slip? Have we taken it in to the bike doctor to get it from slipping and to give us things that will assist us from it to keep slipping? What am I saying? I'm saying we're looking for preemptive measures.
Notice I did interrupt you.
No, I appreciate it. That was cool.
I know I'm practicing.
You're doing great.
I'm practicing.
You're practicing? Okay, go ahead.
I just want to say this before we go. I want to say this. The one thing that I will point out is, you talked about just now having preemptive measures. Like, what kind of preemptive measures can you take? And this is what I'm going to say. It's fine. Like, there's the part that you talked about being depleted, and that's a personal part. But I want to say this before we get off about how we deal with the people that we're coupled with. And one of those things, like I mentioned before, I talked about the things we're thinking about them. These people we chose to be with, the things that we are speaking about them, these people that they chose to be with. I just want to offer this simple thing, don't let those things come out of your mouth negative about your person. You really are a manifester. I don't know how I understood this. I was younger. We were married when I was 21 and he was 23, I think, yeah. And I don't know how I figured it out because we had our times and we had things that we went through. But if I could give any kind of advice to anybody, it is you speak over them what you want it to be. And I would just declare what I would, not his humanity of like, oh, we all make mistakes and stuff. But I would just say, because you treat me so well, you're going to be blessed. God has so much in store for you because you're a good father, sir. Because you make sure that we're taken care of. Every one of your desires is going to come. The desires that God put in your heart for you are going to come to pass.
Ooh, you know what? You saying that like you been saying
so
that.
So I've been saying that for 20 plus years.
Come on now.
The things that are in your heart are the desires God put there. And the people, you're going to be set before great people. And people are going to come to you. They're going to see the gift in you. And they're going to want to work with you because of this thing that's transpiring in you. Now, I can either talk about the things that we get in little beefs and tiffs about all the time, and I can amplify those things, and I can help get off track and whatever. I can help that, or I can decide who I'm going to be, and I'm not acting this out. This is literally what I do, because when I speak it out of my mouth, not only am I working to manifest in him, I'm also looking and saying, look, there are things he looks over in me all the time. Okay? There are things he overlooks. There are things he's like, no, Not going to put my thoughts there. Begin to train your mind. You should not be focused on the negativity of the people that you are with and speaking those things out. Look, yes, we all have our people we talk to and stuff like that, but I can promise you, what you're not going to find is somebody that's going to say that Drea talk about her man like a dog. That's just not going to happen.
Come on, say it.
Because this is a reflection of me and I'm a reflection of him.
Yes.
Okay? So I have some leeway here. I have some leeway. My energies, I have some things I can put over on him. Now, this is not like pie in the sky and everything is wonderful. That's not what I'm saying.
No.
You know whether you have other issues in your relationship that you need to deal with. And if so, you can go to WeBuildLexi.com. But what I'm talking about right now is what's in your mind and what's coming out of your mouth and what you're manifesting in your home.
Talk about it.
Manifest in your home.
So what you were just saying was like so cool, because it was like, in order for you to spray and vibrate and to speak upon me these positive, strong, yes, amazing words to build me up, you have to be in a place to do that.
Exactly.
And so whether you're getting that inspiration from wherever, whether you're going to church, whether you're going to martial arts school, whether you're doing Reiki, herbal medicine, whatever it is that you need to build up yourself, the way you think, right? The way you speak and the way you act, dealing with the things that you control, so that when you're giving off vibrations, you're giving off vibrations that are going to build up the next person and not take them down. And that's so important, because when we don't focus on that and we don't have that as something that we want to initiate in the relationship or in our lives, that's where we come to fall off track.
And so before we go, let me make sure I be real clear. It's not one-sided. That's just my verbal thing. I make affirmations because I got to make sure that I got to keep my mind right.
Say that again. That was good.
Say what?
You know how you were speaking all that good stuff on me. I like you do it every day.
I know. Why don't you just take it in when I give it to you?
Look at it. Michael Houston said, absolutely awesome. And Ansley Potter, she said, exactly.
I
Can't
love that.
pour from an empty vessel. She said, that's right. It is so.
Yes.
That's good. I love this.
I just want to say, we call it being each other's greatest cheerleaders. And that's just what it is. He's my greatest cheerleader. Most of the things that I ventured out to do is because he was like, you can do that here. Here, let me get that for you. Let me do this. Oh, you know what you need to do now? You need to do this. Oh man, you could spank that, babe. His comes out different than mine. But I'd be like, you think I can do that? Yeah, you can do that. Babe, you're brilliant.
That's because I'm the coach and she's the educator, helping you navigate life's most important goals, your relationships.
Y'all stay on track.
Stay on track.
Stay on track.
And be ready for another power couple.
Yeah. Don't you start. Don't you start.
Don't turn it off.
I'm turning it off.
No, I want to. We got to go in closing.
We just did. That was a good closing.
I
love you guys so much.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Al Jarreau.
Yes. Okay. Bye, y'all.
Gimme.